I felt called to come and do another message in the middle of my show. So clearly y'all need to hear this. So stay tuned. But Spirit was telling me, Spirit was telling me I was getting the energy of the collective being in a state of observation. I was getting the vision of collective kind of reflecting on the steps that led them to this point, whatever that point may be for you. I was also getting, I'm trying not to say because I watched my last video back and I say a lot. Anyways, I was about to say it again, but essentially what I'm getting is this state of observation, this state of reflection. If you allow yourself and be honest with self, which I think came up in one of our previous readings, then what it will do is give you a new set of eyes, is what I'm hearing. It'll give you a bird's eye view of your process, of your progress. I'm also seeing where collective is in uncharted territory. For some, that could be just that, just uncharted, unfamiliar. For some, but for others, that could be, I'm seeing it as new heights. I'm seeing it as new heights. A different perspective, a different view of the journey of yourself. I'm also seeing this time as a time of soul retrieval, different parts of yourself coming together to essentially form a new version of you. Really, that's what it boils down to. Because you got revival and you got purpose. With the sun and the moon being here together, these are two polaring energies, but of one entity. So two sides of one person is essentially what I'm seeing. And that is creating new roots, new growth. Which I was picking up on this card too, because I seen these DNA strands, and that to me stood out as rewriting your DNA, rewriting your story, essentially. If you allow yourself this time to reflect on how you got to this point, because that could be either good or uncomfortable, but essentially what it'll do is it'll give you a new sight or a new vision, a new way to plan your next steps. In order for there to be revival, I'm picking up on this energy of you may have felt like you either lost a part of yourself, or a part of yourself was left behind, or you had to leave someone behind, you had to leave a lifestyle behind, a perspective behind. I don't know why I'm hearing a turnip. Turnip? What's that? Could be it feels random, but I'm sure it has a meaning. But anyways, let me sit for a second. Okay, so also what I'm getting is a conversation between what they call it, the angel and the devil on your shoulder. I refer to it as your higher, maybe lower self. However it resonates with you, but the two parts of self. And one part of self is saying, okay, what are we going to do moving forward? But for some of y'all, I feel like one part of self may be still focused on the past. So your higher self, the version of you that can see the version of you that can see forward, that can see, I don't want to say in the future, but I mean essentially that's what it is. The version of you that can see the different pathways, that can see the progress, that can see the forward movement, is having a conversation with the version of you that is saying, no, we're stuck. No, this is what happened. No, my feelings are hurt. No, etc., etc., etc. And it's saying, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But we needed all of that to get here. We needed all of that to get here. It's all working together. It's two sides of the same coin. It's two sides of the same coin. I'm hearing that without the journey, you would not have been able to plant these roots. There would be no growth without the journey. So essentially, I feel like Spirit is asking you to look at your journey and how you got to this point with new eyes, so that you can officially pull the version of you that's stuck in the past into this present moment, so that you can move forward cohesively. If you continue to try and move forward with parts of you stuck in the past, then it could cause you to repeat cycles. And if you continue to stay in the past and not acknowledge the part of you that's trying to move forward, then it can hinder your growth, essentially. Okay, because I'm asking Spirit, like, okay, where is this going? Because I'm feeling like this is jumbled. It's not making sense. But that is full circle. Yeah, because you were here in these mountains. This is where you came from. That's the journey. That's the trials and tribulations. But now this version of you is ready to move forward. This version of you is ready to spread its wings. It's ready to move forward. But your mind or whatever part of you is still down here. Oh, I can't believe I had to whatever. But you did it though. You did it. And now it's time to take flight. It's time to see what it was all for. But I think that's going to come with acceptance. So maybe somebody is struggling with acceptance. Somebody is struggling to see the purpose in it all. So I feel like Spirit is acknowledging that. But it's also wanting you to acknowledge. Acknowledge how far you've come. Acknowledge that you are not where you used to be. You are not who you used to be. You don't move the way you used to move. But you're not focused on that. You're focused on what had to happen in order for those changes. And it's getting to a point where it's starting to hinder you, is what I'm getting. It's time to let the past be the past, so that you can be present. Your future is created in the present moment. If you are constantly living in the past, then you just re-giving birth to the past over and over again. Until you come present and start moving forward step by step. Yeah.